Ripley pulling to the advantage over Eichel, Enos, and Grubbs. Halfway in, 3 laps in, 3 laps to go for the 69 of Todd Ripley. Through 3 and 4 off at turn number 4. Picking up the win, the 69R of Todd Ripley. Second, the 69 of Bob Eichel. Third, the 25 of Chris Grubbs. And fourth, to the 07 of Mark Enos. As he pulled pit side, give a hand to your winner, the number 69R of Todd Ripley. Race number 1 for the Van Meters Auto Repair Modifieds is underway. Sidlow with the advantage on the outside. Stone still to the inside. Ripley, he's going to follow right behind Sidlow on the outside lane. Sidlow using the outside lane. Stone still good side-by-side racing after 1 lap in so far with Stone to the inside. Sidlow to the outside. Good battle there for the second spot between Page and Ripley. As Stone dives in deep into turn number 3, battles back to the inside of Rick Sidlow for the top spot. Stone had it by just mere inches. He's going to take over the race lead by almost a full car down the back straightaway. Sidlow battling back on the outside. Sidlow loose there in 3 and 4. Open up the inside again for the 67 of Page. Ripley had a brake check a little bit. He fell backwards. Here comes the 54 of Doug McMillan to the inside. McMillan to the inside of the 02 of Sidlow. Halfway, 4 laps in, 4 laps to go for Stone, Page, McMillan, Sidlow, and Ripley, your top 5. Ripley opening up the bottom of the inside of the 02 of Sidlow. Down the back straightaway battle for 4th. As Page looked that time for the top spot on Stone, as Stone barely opened up the bottom last time by off of turn number 2. Harding looking there to the inside of Sidlow for the 5th spot as McMillan under pressure from the 0 of Ripley. Ripley looking to the inside of McMillan for the 3rd spot. Ripley still looking to the inside. White flag, 1 lap to go for Stone. Page, McMillan, and Ripley, your top 4. Page looking to try to get to the inside of Stone. For the top spot is Ripley. All over the back bumper, the 54 of McMillan. Ripley to the inside of McMillan. Checkered flag, your winner, the 331 of Michael Stone. 2nd to Page. 3rd to Doug McMillan. 4th to Lucas Ripley. 5th to Rick Sidlow. 6th to Dan Harding. 7th to Brandon Bailey. And 8th to Kevin McClintock. That green flag is out, we're underway. Rilfner to the inside, DeVore there to the outside. As Gosser and Cox battle there for the number 3 position. DeVore up in the second group, opens up the inside for the 2nd spot. It's the 09 of Philip Cox. Cox on the inside. Here comes DeVore. DeVore still off the racetrack. Rule looking for the 3rd spot on the 4 of Jerry DeVore. Rilfner up the track. He's going to come down. Has to brake check. That moves Philip Cox up to the top spot. Roll to 2nd. Problems on the 69 of Don Rilfner to the 3rd. this time by 4 laps in, 4 laps to go for Philip Cox, Derek Gruhl, Dan Gosser, Zach Leisure, Nick Grubbs, your top 5. Here comes Grubb looking to the inside of Zach Leisure for the number 4 spot. White flag, 1 lap to go for the 09 of Philip Cox. The 99 of Derek Gruhl still sitting in the 2nd spot. Leisure sideways there through 1 and 2. Checkered flag, your winner, the 09 of Philip Cox. 2nd to Derek Gruhl. 3rd to Dan Gosser. 4th to Nick Grubbs. 5th to Jerry DeVore. 6th to Don Rippon the 3rd. 7th to Zach Leisure. And 8th to Bobby DeVore the 2nd. Give a hand to your winner from Sherridsville, Ohio, the 09 of Philip Cox. Pringle, Colt Locker, John Tannerelli, Dennis Wood, your top 5. Looking for the green flag heat race for the Bucky Mowing Street Stocks. Grove to the inside. Pringle still looking to the outside of the 8 for the top spot as Locker and Tannerelli battle there for the 3rd spot as Locker got a little loose there in turn number 3. Tannerelli looked to the outside. Pringle slots into the 2nd spot. Here comes Dennis Wood, nice top qualifier, the 88 to the outside of Colt Locker for the number 4 position. This time by 4 laps in, 4 laps to go for Grove, Pringle, Tannerelli Jr., Wood, and Locker. Good battle for the 3rd spot between Dennis Wood and Honky John Tannerelli. Looking for the checkered flag. Picking up the heat race win, the 8 of Kyle Grove. 2nd to Gabe Pringle. 3rd to Dennis Wood. 4th to John Tannerelli Jr. And 5th to Colt Locker. As Robbie Kordiak takes over the race lead, chops down right in front of the 22 of Wood through 1 and 2. Caution on the speedway in turn number. And Kylie Wood on the front row. The 2 laps in, 4 laps to go. Kylie Wood and Kordiak making a little contact there in turn number 2. for Robbie Kordiak in the 55 with Wood, Passwaters Jr., Passwaters Sr., and Wiggins rounding out your top 5. And picking up the heat race win in the affordable towing, keeping you in stitches, sponsor number 55 from Yorksville, Ohio, Robbie Kordiak. Looking for the green flag, and we're underway with Scott and Gerber. Good side-by-side racing so far with Scott, Gerber, Lindell, and McLean. Your top 4. As Barney Gerber goes straight down to the bottom, as here comes Eddie McLean to the outside. Halfway, 3 laps in, 3 laps to go for Tim Scott, Barney Gerber, Eddie McLean, Scott Lindell, and Chad Squires. Good battle up front between Scott, McLean, and Gerber, your top 3, as McLean still in the second spot as he is to the outside of Scott. Gerber getting into the back bumper of McLean a little bit in turn number 2. White flag, 1 lap to go. McLean takes over the race lead just barely. Here comes Scott looking to the inside. Scott to the inside of McLean for the top spot. Scott to the inside. Eddie McLean to the outside. Both drifting there in turn number 4. Checkered flag, your winner, the 4 of Tim Scott. 2nd to Eddie McLean. 3rd to Barney Gerber. And 4th to Scott Lindell. 5th to Chad Squires. Big victory lane, picking up the win from Sunbury, Ohio, in the Scott Speed Shop. Sponsor number 4, give a hand to your winner, Tim Scott. Eight-lap heat race number 1 for the Phillipson Towing Compacts is underway for Beal and Kopp. Peoples to the inside of Eugene Kopp for the number 2 spot. Beal is so far your race leader as Franz Rector battle there for the number 3 spot. Rector up the track a little bit. Eugene Kopp there. Here opens up the inside for the 8 of Orr. France split the middle there, going up into the number 3 position. Eugene Kopp pushed to the outside. Closing the door on the 8 of Orr. Orr has a battle to the outside from the 38 of France. Orr to the outside of the 78 of Peebles. Phillips to the inside of the 38 of France for the number 4 position. Bill, your race leader. Peebles up the track just a little bit as Orr going up the track. Here comes Phillips. Phillips still looking to the inside of the 38 of Brandon France. France looking to the outside of the 78 of Peebles for the number 3 position. Peebles getting a little loose there in turn number 1 and 2. Up the track a little bit in the 38 of France as Carl Phillips in the third 23. Sitting to the inside as Rector following behind France. Carl Phillips trying to spread the needle to make it 3 wide for the number 4 position. White flag, 1 lap to go for the 86 of Josh Beal. As the 78 of Peebles up the track again as Phillips had to brake check a little bit. The 15 of Finlayson was there. To the checkered flag, your winner, the 86 of Josh Beal. Second to Jeffrey Orr. Third to Brandon France. Fourth to Kyle Rector. Fifth to Josh Peebles. Sixth to Carl Phillips. Seventh to Kyle Finlayson. Eighth to Eugene Kopp. And ninth to Justin Renneker. Heat race number 2 of 3 for the Phillips Towing Compacts is underway for Alm and Cook. As Savannah Alm pulling to the advantage just by half a car over the 41 of Toby Cook is Finlayson there in the number 3 position as he opens up the inside for the 4 of Wolfner. As Clark gets loose, comes straight down the nose in front of the 4 of Wolfner the third. Caution is out on the speedway. Mike Stuber, Dan Bucky, heat race number 2 for the Finlayson Towing Compacts. Savannah Alm to the inside, Toby Cook to the outside. Curtis Finlayson stuck in the middle with Wolfner and Alm. The 4 of Wolfner to the third, looking to the inside, down the front straightaway to take over the race lead. Wolfner the third. Sitting in the second spot is Curtis Finlayson and Cook. Battle there for the number 3 spot. Good battle as here comes Wolfner the third to the inside of Savannah Alm for the race lead. As Finlayson and Cook battle there still for the number 3 position. In 3 laps to go for Wolfner the third with Savannah Alm, Curtis Finlayson, Dan Bucky, and Mike Stuber, your top 5. The black flag coming out for the number 4 of Don Wolfner, the third, going under his qualifying time. It's going to make Savannah Alm your race leader. White flag, 1 lap to go as Savannah Alm has Dan Bucky, Mike Stuber there behind her. As Stuber looking to the outside. She's in the sandwich now. Here comes Bucky to the inside. Stuber to the outside. Bucky backs out of it. Savannah Alm to the inside. Stuber battling back to the outside. To the checkered flag, your winner, the 44 of Mike Stuber. Second to Savannah Alm. Third to Dan Bucky. Fourth to Ryan Alm. Fifth to Toby Cook. 6th to Curtis Finlayson. And pulling to the line from Bowerston, Ohio, the My Water Doctor, Keith's Cars, Bucky Mowing, sponsor number 44. Give a hand to your winner, Mike Stuber. Heat race number 3 of 3 for the Finlayson Towing Compact. It's going to go to a quick yellow as the duo up front work side by side. The 17 of Laney Stresky, the 78 of Eric Brokaw, 44 of Andrew Brokaw, the 4E of Ty. Heat race number 3 for the Finlayson Towing Compacts. And attention here in the grandstands, anybody with Ag Pro. Again, if you are here, the sponsor with Ag Pro, you're supposed to be going around the racetrack. You're to head over to the pits right now in that vehicle. Again, anybody here with Ag Pro, you're supposed to be driving. Get the vehicle and start heading over there to the pits. And then also, with Ag Pro that's coming up here to the tower to talk about your product, come on up here to the tower as this is our last heat race. So again, Ag Pro. We need it over in the pits if you're going around the track, and then also if you're coming up here to talk about your product, you can come up to the tower now. With 4 laps in, 4 laps to go in heat race number 3 for the Finlayson Towing Compacts. Green flag is out. Six laps in with 2 laps to go for Gavin Roop, your race leader, with Laney Strasky, Tyler Eichel, Eric Brokaw, Andrew Brokaw, your top 5. White flag, 1 lap to go. Roop off the racetrack. Laney Strasky there in the 2nd spot. Eichel 3rd, Brokaw 4th and 5th. To the checkered flag, your winner, the 9 of Gavin Roop. 2nd to Laney Strasky. 3rd to Tyler Eichel. 4th to Eric Brokaw. 5th to Andrea Brokaw. And 6th to Larry Pastor. The R&B tire. Number 9, give a hand to your winner, Gavin Roop. The 55 from Yorksville, Ohio, the Affordable Towing, keeping you in stitch, a sponsor, Robbie Kordiak. The 8, the El Pueblito Mexican Cuisine Museum Tattoo, BT Tire and Brake, 8 of Kyle Grove. The 7, the 99.9 WTUZ Gino's Garage, sponsor 7 of Gabe Pringle. The 118, the My Water Doctor, Dover Hydraulics, 118 of Colt Locker. The 67, and the Hair and Heating and Cooling, John Tannerelli Jr. The 88, tonight's top qualifier. From Barberton, Ohio, the Nephews Painting, Canton Auto Salvage, Dennis Wood, 74. In the downtown, 74 and 75, in the downtown Auto Sanctuary Church of God Glass House, Bob Passwaters Jr., Bob Passwaters Sr., looking for the green flag, 20-lap heat rate, 20-lap feature for the Bucky Mowing Street Stocks. As the 22 of Kylie Wood, your race leader over Grove. As Locker looking to the inside of the 7 of Pringle for the number 4 spot. Grove a little loose there through 3 and 4 as he's all over the back bumper of the 22 of Kylie Wood. As caution on the speedway for the number 75 of Bob Passwater Sr. Spinning over there in turn number 3 and 4.
Okay, here we go. Hollywood in 22. Kyle Grew in 8. 55 up there in that 3rd spot. Gabe Pringle in 4th in the car, number 7. Lucas Ripley in 67 tonight. Filling in for Honky John Tannerelli. Colt Locker in 118. Dennis Woods in 88. Bob Pathwater Jr. 74. 48 and then 75 Bob Pathwater Sr. Kyle Grove shows the way. Car number 8. On the inside, trying to get second. He's bringing Lucas Ripley with him. Kyle Grove in 8. Lucas Ripley on the inside of 55, trying to get second on the inside. Dennis Wood in 4th. Kyle Grove. Fine sliding open in 2. Can Lucas get by him? He can't down the backstretch. Laps they'll go. Halfway. 10 in, 10 to go. Kyle Grove out in front. 55 in second. Lucas Ripley 3rd and 67. Dennis Wood, Kylie Wood, Colt Locker, Gabe Pringle, and 48. Bob Pathwater Sr. is taking to the pits. Lucas trying everything he can. He can't get by 55. Five 5 to go. Their battle for second, third, and fourth. Fifth is Colt Locker. Flag coming out for Kyle Grove. He takes the white. Kyle Grove wins it 55-67 of Lucas Ripley, then Dennis Wood in 88, Colt Locker in 118, 7 Gabe Pringle, and 48, and then 22 of Kylie Wood. Your winner in number 8 tonight, Kyle Grove in number 8. Your winner in victory lane tonight, Kyle Grove.
Well, congratulations, Kyle. I looked at a memory a couple days ago on my Facebook page. You won, and I said, how great is TJ? And then you actually told me how great he was. But tonight, car was dialed in. You guys qualified 5th, so top 5 was all still really good. But Cordiak held off Canarelli behind you. It was a good race there on back.
Yeah, we started out tonight with trouble in qualifying. The exhaust blew off in qualifying. Transmission screwing up. Can't get it stuck in low gear, so we got to fix that. But yeah, it was fun actually racing from the front for a change instead of coming from the back.
What would you like to think on this 8?
My whole crew, all my sponsors, just everybody else me out.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
Give a hand to your winner, the 8 of Kyle Grove.
Okay, Nick Grubbs in 24. Derek Rule in 90. Stone, Mike Stone in 331. Sibla in 02. Bobby Page in 67. Lucas Ripley doing double duty tonight in 0. 65. Doug McMillan in 54. Kevin McClintock 38. The Rooster in 55. 09. Philip Cox 4, Jerry DeVore 69, Don Rupner the third, 75, Bobby DeVore the third, and in 87, Zach Leisure. I miss Dan Harding in 65. He's in the lineup. He's in that 5th spot on the inside of Lucas Ripley. Oh, he's right behind Lucas. Right behind Bobby Page. Boy, I'm really screwing up. Get back into this microphone. We'll get her. He's right beside Big Max in 54. Okay, getting ready to start. 25 laps, I believe they'll go. Nick Grubbs.
25 lap feature for the millimeter on
And Derek Gruhl in 99 will bring him in. Here we go. Grubbs to the inside. Here comes Mike Stone in 331. Derek Gruhl 80 and 99 with Lucas Ripley in that 4th spot. On the outside, Sibla in 02. Nick Grubbs 24. Mike Stone in 331. Lucas Ripley in 0. Big Mac in 54. Oh boy, on the inside, making a sandwich. Mike Stone into the lead. Big Grubbs having mechanical problems, like it's shutting off on him. It comes back on. Back to power now. Mike Stone at 331 out in front. Lucas Ripley in 0 in that 2nd spot. Back in 3rd. Doug McMillan. Up in 55 on the outside. Trying to get by Kevin McClintock at 38. Your top 5 have pulled away from the rest of the pack. Bobby DeVore into the pit. Bobby Page gets by Nick Grubbs finally for 6th spot. Derek Gruhl spins out at number 2 turn in 99. 12 in, 13 to go. Lucas on the outside. He'll take over the lead. 22 laps in, 3 to go. Your front row is Lucas Ripley. On the outside of him, Kevin McClintock. Doug McMillan in that third spot. Michael Stone in fourth. Here we go. Lucas is able to hold on to that lead down the front stretch into turn 1 and 2. Brandon Bailey trying to get that horse off. He does get by Bobby Page. Now Bobby back on the inside of it. White flag coming out. Can Doug hang on to third? Because here comes Brandon Bailey on the outside. Caution out. Caution is out. 87.
Laps to go. Green, white, checkered shootout.
3 laps to go. Green, white, checker. Kevin McClintock, Brandon Bailey, Bobby Page, Doug McMillan, caution out again, and checker, caution and checker, Jerry DeVore down there in turn number 1 on the checker flag, going into the checker flag lap.
McClintock, Bailey, Page, McMillan, Stone, Cox, Murray, Cole, Rupp, to the third leader, and DeVore rounding out.
Lucas Ripley picking up the 25 lap modified feature tonight. He did double duty tonight. He finished in the top 5 in the, I believe in the street stocks earlier in the Honky John Tannerelli 67. Jumped out of that car and jumps into his own car, the Zero modified, and picks up a win. I'm sure Lucas will be here next week for the open modified. I believe they're going 40 laps next Sunday night. Sunday. What day is the race is on? Sunday.
As he pulls on into back, turning victory lane in the LTR Industries facility. Thank Trucking, give a hand to your winner, Lucas Ripley. Well, congratulations, Lucas. I know early on before hot lap started, you guys had some problems, but it seems like it might have helped a little bit. Once you guys got out front, you started battling with Stone there. You got all over the back front row, you looked to the inside, looked to the outside, and you finally got that restart. And then out for turn 2, you just set sail. But then McClintock, he was there. Probably if it was maybe a 50 lapper, it might have been a little bit more of a show up front between you and McClintock. But then also Brandon Bailey was also there. But then Page, he started to get up front also. So it was a good race.
Yeah, the car started to go a little bit. I knew them guys was, I knew they were going to be close. I mean, everyone in this class is just pretty
25, 23.
Good enough, I guess.
Who would you like to thank?
Sponsors, LTR Industries, the main one, Mustang, Bay Machine, Hammer Construction, and J.M. Henry.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Give a hand to your winner, Lucas Ripley.
23-28.
Playing the 26.
Tim Scott in 4. Barney Gerber in 2.
22 of Chad Squire.
Scott Lindell in 19. Eddie McLean in 443. And Straley in 26. Tim Scott in 4, out in front. Barney Gerber in 2nd. He's in the car number 2. Ed McLean in 443. Scott Lindell in 19. Billy Straley trailing the field. And he's going to the pits. Barney Gerber trying to hold on a second. Here comes Scott Lindell in 19. 5 in, 5 to go. McLean on the outside. Oh, he touches the wall. He kissed the wall coming out of 2. Oh!
Caution on the speedway.
Get him out of 2. And Tim hang on.
Get Tim Scott. Well, Scott, over here. Come on. Well, Scott, congratulations. Picking up your first career feature win. Did a good pass to the inside. Tim Scott closed the door in turn number 1. Looked at the replay, he got charged with a caution, but then he had to hold off Eddie McLean, who's been around racing for quite a while. So how does it feel to actually finally get your first one? Because now many more should probably come.
Well, we have it's outside here. guys that run these trucks are McLean, number 4 truck, influence 4 and 11, now they're pumping. Eddie, or, number 2 truck, Danny, his name. Barney, all these guys are good guys. They're hard. They battle every week. We have our work cut out for us, no matter who gets to stand up here.
Well, congratulations. Who would you like to thank?
I'd like to thank my sponsors, M&G Automotive, Mars First Motor Sales, CNC Auto Sales, R&D Lawn Service, the guys that helped me out, Timmy Cross, Justin Turner, can't make it out of the they're the ones that make this thing run.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you.
Give a hand to our winner, Scott Lindell.
Jimmy.
Hey, Frank Elmore.
Good.
As we're now going to move on into the Macintosh Oil Company late models. Starting on the road, 07. Marysville, Ohio. Martinez.
Mark Enos in 07. Chris Grubbs in 25. Bob Snyder Jr. 17. Tony Erdowls in 88. Albert Francis, that took a wild ride last week here at Midvale Speedway in 33. 18, Brandon Short, your last week's feature winner. 69 and 69. One of them is Bob the Animal Eichel, the other one is Todd Ripley.
Brandon Short, and the vote 69. You got the 69. All drop lights. Bob Eichel from Stockbridge, Ohio. And Todd Ripley from Ohio.
Okay, Ripley must be on the outside and Eichel on the inside in the back. Here we go. 30 laps. One lap and we're going green. Jason's got the green flag in his hand. He is anxious to get this race started. Beautiful night here at Midvale Speedway. 30 laps they'll go. Here we go, coming into 3. They pick the motors up, and here we go. Nick Grubbs out in front. Mark Enos in second. Tony Dow's in that third spot. Don't worry about that, Mike. Tony Dow's on the inside, outside of Mark Enos. Takes over second. Brandon Short high. And we got a caution. Got one of the Eichel cars. Looks like it might be Todd Ripley up in turn number 4. All right. 30 laps to go. No laps in.
Chris Ross looking for the green flag.
Mark Enos out in front and Osa. Bob Snyder on the outside. Nick Grubbs in third. Albert Francis fourth. Tony Dallas in fifth. Bob Snyder out in front now. Snyder out in front. Tony Dallas in second. Brandon Short up to third. Short looks to the outside of your Dallas. Up on halfway next time by. Yes, we are halfway. Showing going to second. Dallas is in third. He won second. White flag. Trying to hang on to fourth. Nick Grubbs and then Bob the Animal Eichel finished sixth. Well, this guy is 2 for 2 down here at Midvale Speedway for the 2019 racing season. He picked up his first ever feature win here at Midvale Speedway last week. On May 11th, he comes back 7 days later and he does it again. We got 2 features left, I believe.
Well, congratulations, Brandon. Go 2 for 2 here at Midvale. But early on in the race, you and Francis looked like you guys made a little bit of contact down the back straightaway. Guys, he came up into you a little bit. You guys probably both got into the wall, maybe just a little bit, but it didn't really stop you much. But this car was a rocket on the outside. Tony gave you a little bit of a challenge. Snyder gave you a little bit of a challenge. You tried to look inside and outside. But this car last week and this week is definitely a rocket.
Well, you know, with the Francis deal, I mean, I was at his door. I'm sure he could hear me, but I got nothing to say. It was racing. I didn't hit the wall. I'm glad, and I was definitely keeping an eye for any tire rub or something. So if it was gonna rub, I was just gonna hold it. It's just not worth racing it. But yeah, Tony, he gave me a hard time, and I was able to capitalize on that. And Bob, I'm very impressed. I'm very happy for Bob and how how well he's running now versus what he used to. He's just great and definitely picking up speed. He gave me a hard time too, and then I got around it, and off he went and set sail to get our second career win.
So next week, you'll probably be here again next week for the Spring 65. Not going to try to hope for anything. Is that still your plan?
We will definitely be here.
So who would you like to thank on this 18th?
Did you have fun?
Well, before anyone, I thank all the fans for coming out. Without them, we wouldn't be able to do this, so this is definitely awesome. My dad, Brian, Brian Trick Detail, Earl Schwartz, my girlfriend, Emma, her parents, and Liz, Thomas, all the family and everything. And my sponsors, Ernest Performance, Direct Detail, Hunter Racing Engines, Big Now Racing Products. There's a ton more. Maximum Motor. It just goes on forever. So, thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Give a hand to our winner, the 18th of Brandon Short.
So why are you on here?
I'm on again, but I got to redo the whole thing.
Why?
I got to redo it.
Features left. Satoe, compacts.
See Zach's in the middle? He's higher now.
Oh, I didn't see. I was looking for him. I didn't see him a few minutes ago. The guy in the orange shirt. So you gonna take us to the...
Okay, moving into the 15 lap fast feature in the compacts. Alan Clark will start on the pole in 0. Outside of him will be Dan Bucky, last week's feature winner. Then Don Rufner the third, I believe, in 4. 44, Mike Stuper in 44. 86, and then 19. Josh Peoples in 78.
Starting on the front row, the 0 of Allie Clark, then 69 and Dan Watkey.
Francis in 38.
Third, the 44 Mike Stewart.
Jeffrey Orr in 8. 23 of Carl Phillips. 15 of Kyle Finlayson, and 175. He did not qualify tonight. He came in late.
15 Kyle Finlayson, and then 175 of Justin Renniker.
Justin Renniker in 175. 15 laps will go. Beautiful night for racing here at Midvale Speedway. Alan Clark in 0. Dan Bucky 69 will set the pace. One more parade lap. Okay, flagman says we're ready. Here we go. Alan Clark, Dan Bucky. Across the line. I believe Alan had him at the line. Kyle Finlayson moving up in 15. Bunched up. Eight laps in, 7 to go. Elmer Clark's son, Alan Clark, is your leader. Can he hold off? Rufner in 4.
So far, good race here. Bars and Lewis totally compact. Here on week number 3, presented by the
on the outside of 4. Brandon France trying to get on the outside of Alan Clark for 3rd. He's got him in the 3. White flag coming out. Kyle Finlayson wins it.
And Bucky rounds out your top 10. Give a hand to your winner, Kyle Finlayson. Well, Kyle, you're definitely need to stick this thing out in the 3rd group. Well, we can at least say for a week you didn't finish 2nd. So, you like how I did that? Well, so stuck it out there. Good battle. Got stuck back. Jeffrey Orr made a little contact there with you. 3 and 4 sent you up, but a caution came out, so it sent you back to last completed lap to 4th. Then you were able to stick it on the outside. Rofner dive bomb there in turn 3. This car seems to be pretty good so far.
Well, this thing turns out crazy.
That's it?
Yeah, that's it.
What would you like to thank?
My dad, my mom, everybody's helped me on this thing.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
Give a hand to our winner, the 15th, Kyle Finlayson. To the last feature of the season here on week number 3. 52, Jeremy Slinger, 17, Lee Krusty, 10, 13, Purple, 15, last
out in front in 17. 52 is in that second spot, 41 third. Three abreast down the backstretch. Going for the lead. Finlayson up to second. Roop up the fifth on the outside. Halfway. Long's on the out, trying to get that third spot off his sister. The Alm cars are third and fourth, with Roop in fifth. Toby Cook still showing the way at 41. Caution out. Caution is out.
11 laps. 11 laps in.
11 laps are in.
Lap zero, up on the front row. 11 laps in. 4 laps to go. Lights are out. 4 laps to go for Cook and Finlayson.
Cook showing the way. The white flag's getting ready to come out. Can he make it 2 for 2? He might do it down the backstretch. Home into second now. And that'll do it. Toby Cook brings home the second feature of the year. Second night out for the young man. He won last week's feature and he'll win tonight.
Race next Saturday. Do not race.
see it. Just slap my dad around. You don't have permission.
They better not do that.